The thing that makes Blue Lock so addictive isn't just the intense show of ego-obsessed characters that we come across on the screen, but it's also about how real they feel. What most of the fans don't realize is that almost every single Blue Lock character is heavily inspired by a real-life footballer. And I don't mean this in any vague or "this reminds me of this" sense. I mean, they are full-on counterparts. Shido Ryusei acting chaotic and wild, Chris Prince flexing in the middle of the match after scoring, Bachira's unpredictable dribbling style. All of these have connections with their parallels in real life and how they behave. The author really went deep into the lore because all of the characters represent the style, personality, and legacy of football's greatest. And once you start noticing this, it will totally make the series more entertaining to watch. So who exactly are the Blue Lock characters that were influenced by real-world football players? Starting off with the prodigy, Julien Loki, French striker and the coach of the Paris X-Gen team, is a clear parallel to Kylian Mbappé. Both of them are also similar in how they developed their pro career at such a young age by utilizing their exceptional speed. Their explosive speed and agility are the playing style that really binds them together. Loki's role inside Blue Lock as a mentor and to become the best aligns with Mbappe's real-life goals. Next up, we have Kunigami Rensuke, a player with an athletic build and an overly dominant left foot, who draws a lot of inspiration from Gareth Bale. Both of these players are known for having long-range shots, speed, and strength. The straightforward style of playing really follows Bale's approach during his prime years. Even though Kunigami couldn't thrive as much, Bale always had a big presence on the field. Talking about presence, we can't forget Shohei Barou, a parallel to Mario Balotelli. A highly egoistic player, titled as King, and having a solo-centric approach to the game, is just like how Balotelli's controversial football career ran. Moving on, we have the speedster of Blue Lock, Jigiri Hyoma. He's based on Ryo Miyachi. From the injury setbacks to finally getting back into the game with a stronger drive mirrors that of Miyachi's history. The influence is so evident that you can define one player from another just by highlighting their challenges and accomplishments, and by using speed as their primary weapon. Now, here is an interesting thing about Blue Lock. Even though most of the characters are written off as someone else, there are still a few who don't match anyone and are completely unique, like Hiyori, Nico, or Corona. But if we wanted to, we could forcibly resemble them to someone. One of them is Nagi Seishiro. It was argued that he was a unique and special character, so while he isn't completely based on any footballer, we can argue that he shares the same mindset as some of them, which is why at number 8 on our list, Seishiro Nagi can only be closely resembled to Dimitar Berbatov, a composed player with a skilled, silky first touch and a playstyle just like that of Nagi. He was a player who always remained calm and had insane ball control, making him lethal even at the most unconventional places. What makes this parallel so strong is that both of them are geniuses who work without the grind. They read one step ahead and just wait for the ball to come to them. Then we have Lavinho, the energetic player who feels like he is always dancing with the ball, acting like an artist on the field. His whole play style screams Neymar Jr. The nutmegs, the flicks, the dribbles, even the motto of playing with love and joy reflect Neymar's philosophy. Though the anime loves to exaggerate the differences, the core still remains the same. These were only some of the wild comparisons. The real shocker will come when you reach the top 5. You won't believe who shows up, so just like, subscribe, and let's see if your predictions can survive this Blue Lock madness. Coming up, Rin Itoshi and Kevin De Bruyne, players who love to control the flow of the field. Bruyne is considered one of the most dangerous midfielders in the world, and that is because of how he influences every player on the field. His vision, passes, and long-range shots with scary accuracy are all vibes that Rin also gives off, but as a forward. Neither of them uses any over-the-top skills, but when needed, they can break past players by using their intelligence. The only difference is the unhingedness, but it looks like that is just the anime's answer to how Kevin De Bruyne would be if he were placed in the Blue Lock program. First to be placed in the top 5, one of the fan favorites, Bachira Meguru, a character whose counterpart everyone is already aware of. Even the authors themselves admitted it. Bachira is based on Ronaldinho. Literally every step he takes, the joy of dribbling, the unpredictability, and the street football style are all just like his real-world parallel. Watching Bachira play feels like we are watching a highlight of prime Ronaldinho, purely creative play style with zero fear whatsoever. The influence is crazy deep here. Finally, we get to talk about the chaos incarnate, Shido Ryusei, a player who doesn't care about logic or teamwork. Hell, he doesn't even care about whether his plays are safe or not. He just wants to go in and score goals in the most outrageous way possible. And who does this remind you of? Zlatan. From the playstyle to the personality, everything is a Zlatan highlight. He walks the field like he owns it, and everyone else is beneath him. This attitude, paired with the insane creativity and flexibility, puts both of them on the same spectrum. Physical monsters with ego and power. We are stepping into the elite zone now. These are top-tier egoists who define the Blue Lock philosophy. And also don't forget that without these real-world counterparts, I doubt we would get to see the masterpiece that we so much enjoy today. At number 3, we have the Blue Lock parallel of Cristiano Ronaldo, Chris Prince. You'd find no difference between these players, as they embody the same philosophy of perfection. For them, a perfect body leads to scoring a perfect goal. The resemblance is so uncanny that you will find Chris Prince's behavior, personality, and dialogue exactly like that of Ronaldo, a blue lock blueprint of the football icon. Second to the last, we have our protagonist Isagi Yoichi, who is inspired by the blend of Filippo Inzaghi and Thomas Muller. He isn't physically equipped or an agile striker, but his brain works like a supercomputer. He maps out the field and figures out the space and timing of everything just as he takes action, exactly like how Filippo Inzaghi used to play football. Mix this with Thomas Muller's off-the-ball movements and gap findings, and we have the metavision Isagi that we know of today. He is a player who blends both approaches and comes out as the best product of them. A player who dominates the field through pure awareness. Taking the last spot, we have Jinpachi Ego, an old player, and even though he isn't on the field now, he is the architect of Blue Lock. His real-world counterparts are Arsene Wenger and Jose Mourinho. Though both of them are supposed to be rivals, Ego steals their visions and joins them together to create a program that breaks traditions. From Wenger, he stole the different drills, the idea of developing raw talent, and the tactics. From Mourinho, he borrowed the psychology. The win-at-all-costs psychology and the mind games are what also make Ego Ego. He doesn't want the strikers to be playing nice. He wants them to be selfish and goal-oriented. He is the brain behind Blue Lock, the one who fueled everyone's ego. You are not just watching strikers fighting to reach the top, you are watching Ego's philosophy in play. Now the video was supposed to be over after Ego, but I'm not going to lie. I saw that it wasn't 8 minutes yet, so I have to yap a tiny bit more. We tried to find someone who matched Messi's playstyle. However, it was harder than you would think, probably because we will get introduced to some powerhouse who mimics Messi's playstyle later in the story, or the authors just thought that Nishioka was good enough and just called him the Aomori Messi and were done with it. Now I guess that Nishioka is someone you can say is inspired by Messi. However, that's purely because of the name similarity like I mentioned before, so I'm not sure if it would run, not to mention that we never got to see him play, which I'm still mad about to this day. Anyway, if you like Blue Lock and videos like this, then I would highly suggest you subscribe to this channel. And while you are at it, leave a comment and a like, as it helps out with the algorithm a ton. And if you're curious to see another video of mine, then please watch the video that will be popping up on the screen now. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.